There's a Pew Research study of 2015 that says that more than half of Americans have never consciously met a single Muslim in their entire lives. Is it really possible that 1 out of 2 people have never met or seen or conceived of someone like me, to the point, like you said, Sheikh Mohammad, that they could even mix up from the depth of ignorance anything that just looks different than them, an other, a different, and to perceive, no matter how irrationally, Islam or Muslims or people like us is a threat with zero evidence. So I started doing an experiment, just traveling North Carolina. North Carolina is like everything going in America jammed into an hour radius. There's all the way on the left, all the way on the right, every stripe with a very, very small area, and it's a purple state. So I'd go to spaces and be sharing some remarks among a non-Muslim audience and ask, for how many of you is this the first time you've ever heard a lecture about Islam? Half the hands would go up, 75% of the hands would go up. For how many of you is this the first time you've been invited to a masjid or to a space? And I ask a question, for how many times, for how many of you, is this the first time you've met a Muslim? People in their 60s and 70s, their hands would go up. And that speaks to an opportunity, but it speaks to a missed opportunity as well. It was then that we started to realize that part of those are not folks that actually haven't met someone, but people that met a Muslim and didn't connect them with Islam and Muslims. And so they connect anything on the news. To give it to you in the view of one person, there was a nurse who walked up, challenging but very respectful. She said, "Sir, I heard what you said, that we're more likely to be healed by a Muslim than harmed in our lifetime, and the statistics, but I've been in hospitals for 20 years, I've never met a Muslim." And I asked her, "Ma'am, you've never worked with like a Dr. Chaudhry?" And she did a double take. Like a Dr. Khan, and she did another double take. And as some of these names, you see those missed opportunities, those chances. An elderly woman behind her tapped her and she said, "Honey, I used to be just like you." And she started fumbling in her purse. She pulled out that card of her cardiologist, the card of the family friend who their children are both on the soccer team, and the connections that she had started to make, but that a lifetime had almost passed by without attributing it to Islam and Muslims. That realization was critical